9. Sesaset hadn't been out of Menedemos's chamber in the palace for more than a few heartbeats when someone knocked on the door. Guessing she was coming back because she'd forgotten something, he thought about not bothering to put his tunic back on before he opened up. He did, though. And he was glad he did, because there in the hallway stood not Sesaset, but Menedemos. "Come along with me," Ptolemaios' tough-looking steward said. Menedemos had the feeling the man would have said the same thing if he had opened the door naked. "Lead on, I'll follow," he said. The hard-faced Macedonian turned and walked away. After a glance over his shoulder, he grudgingly gave Menedemos time to close and latch the door. Not much time, but enough. He led Menedemos to a part of the palace where he'd never gone before. Most of the men there had the look of soldiers. They were in good shape for their age, they'd seen more sun and wind than most men, and several of them bore nasty scars or had missing bits. At last, Menedemos brought Menedemos into a room where Ptolemaios was talking with a couple of men not far from his own age. They were going back and forth in Macedonian. Menedemos caught a word here and there, but not enough to follow what they were saying. Some people claimed Macedonian was a broad northern dialect of Greek, others said it was its own speech. Whatever it was a long way from the language Menedemos used every day. One of the other men pointed at Menedemos with his chin. Ptolemaios had to half-turn to see him. When he did, he switched at once to the almost Attic he used with ordinary Hellenes. "Ah, the Rhodian. Hail, son of Ptolemaios. Tell Argeos and Callicrates here what you told me when you got here." "Of course, sir." Menedemos paused for a moment to gather his thoughts, then came as close as he could to delivering to the others the same report about Demetrios that he'd earlier given to Ptolemaios. He finished, "I expect you'll have more recent news than this." "It's the same as what you've already heard," Ptolemaios said. "Demetrios holds eastern Cyprus, gods curse him. He still has my brother Menelaus holed up in Salamis in the far southeast. Menelaus has a fair-sized fleet of his own, but he can't break out of the harbor. He has all he can do to keep Demetrios' ships from breaking in." "I've tied up in that harbor," Menedemos said. "The opening is narrow. It would be hard to break into or break out of against opposition."